One of the most important elements of implementing sustainability successfully is to engage your stakeholders. Too often, companies have a ready, fire, aim approach in terms of how they go about sustainability. They get a couple of initiatives going and then they start writing some reports. Maybe they do a greenhouse gas inventory. Maybe they get everyone involved in Earth Day and they want to build off it. Well, a lot of times organizations do a bunch of stuff and they don't even know, do the people they care about most care about what they're doing? And I've been shocked at how often this is the case. We've had a client the other day who we finally got them to do stakeholder engagement after 5 years of them working on their sustainability efforts. Turned out they had been writing sustainability reports for 5 years, and when they engaged their stakeholders, it turned out no one had read it. So it was all wasted effort. They could have saved a lot of that time, saved a lot of that money, and been putting that energy towards something that would have really made an impact towards what the stakeholders cared about had they done it in the first place. So I'm going to talk to you about stakeholder engagement and what the importance of it is going forward. When you're engaging stakeholders, there's an old African proverb that I always like to refer back to, and that is, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you need to go together. That's why you need to engage your stakeholders, because if you're engaging on a sustainability journey, it's really a goal that's going to keep eluding you, and you're going to keep moving along a path. You're going to be needing to bring your stakeholders with you. So your stakeholders, when you engage them, you first have to ask, how do they define sustainability? What are the issues most important to them? And what ways can we match what we're doing with what they care about around sustainability? So who are your stakeholders? That's an important first step in determining what actions you want to take. You want to identify who are your primary stakeholders, which typically are your customers, your investors, your suppliers, your employees, and who are your secondary stakeholders, which oftentimes can be your government, media, anybody else that's in there. And of course, this will vary dependent upon your industry, but you need to identify who are those stakeholders that are most important to your organization, and then identify what are the issues they care about. This is what's called materiality. This is a very hot topic in terms of external reporting. And so when you're trying to figure out what are the issues we should work on, you want to know what are the material issues around sustainability that will impact our business, and that what do our primary and secondary stakeholders care about. Each stakeholder group is going to care about things a little differently, and they're going to want to be communicated very differently. Shareholders may have certain issues that are way more important to them than employees. Suppliers may have a different set of issues that they care about than community members. And once you determine what is most material to each of your different stakeholders, you need to figure out what are they looking for, what are the different nuances that they're looking about in terms around sustainability. So if you take something like executive compensation, it means one thing to investors, it might mean something completely different to employees or community members. So as you look at what are the issues around sustainability that are most important to an organization, you need to think, what are our stakeholders looking for, and what are the specific aspects that we really need to dive into that are material to our business?